Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me again. Appreciate it. Okay, in this little Q&A video, I'm going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, like we're always talking about Bitcoin. But, question is, is it too late to invest in Bitcoin? Why or why not? What are some of the potential risk rewards of investing in Bitcoin now? Uh, and for first-time investors, what should they know? Well, Bitcoin is certainly in its own class within the class of cryptocurrency. It's, the one coin that is essentially experiencing mass adoption by the financial system at large. And that definitely was solidified with the creation of the ETFs that happened back in earlier in 2024. And now with the new administration, we're definitely getting a lot of pro Bitcoin, pro crypto potential, and that is all just going to continue to grow. It's definitely been accepted and adopted as an asset. Now, it is somewhat considered the digital version of gold, and to me that makes sense as an analogy. And if you were to use that analogy in terms of trying to project a potential price for Bitcoin, you could say, hey, the current market cap of gold is about $18 trillion. The supply of Bitcoin is limited at 21 million coins. So if it were to reach a market cap similar to gold, what would the coin value be? And I did some math, and it'd be about $885,000 per coin. So that's just one simple look at it. And, some might say, given the, I don't know, I mean, we'll always have uncertainty in the future as human beings, but we certainly have some unique, fast paced potential changes with AI and all sorts of things coming, that this decentralized store of value that is not attached or connected to any one government, say, and is sort of outside the difficult challenges of fiat currency that is managed essentially by people for, a variety of pursuits. Uh, Bitcoin could become sort of the ultimate, safe haven standard and replace gold. So you can look at it from that perspective. And that's kind of a long-term view. Some people, that are super Bitcoin are like, it's going to be worth $14 million one day, and you buy one coin today, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But I do think the gold analogy is reasonable and something you can look to. I guess I feel confident in it as a long-term investment for myself now. So, I tell people what I do when they ask, so I'm telling you. Um, Otherwise, in terms of short term, you have to look at the cycles of Bitcoin in terms of its bull and bear cycles, which are somewhat tied to Bitcoin's tokenomics, but also now, because it is part of the larger global financial system as an asset, tied to global financial system economics. But if we were to follow the last couple of bull runs of Bitcoin in 2017, I did some notes here. It hit a high of 17,000, and then once that bull came, it went down to 3,000, thereby losing about 82% of its value. The next run in 2021, it hit a high of 66,000, and then eventually went back down to 16,000, losing 75% of its value. So if it were to, if we were at the top at 104 and it followed previous cycles, it might go down to 25, 30,000 again. Some people feel like it's going to hit a high in this cycle of at least 150,000, maybe up as high as 200. And when I say some people, I mean some respected economists and analysts that do their work primarily in the larger, mainstream financial system at large. So if you say, hey, maybe we will hit 200,000 in this bull cycle, and we lose 75% of the value, it could see its way down to 50,000 again. I certainly would be a big buyer of it at 50,000. I think you can buy it now if you have two methodologies. You're thinking complete long term, expecting that you're going to see your money disappear for a period of time in the next, 1 to 3 years, but you don't care and you're just going to let it sit in there and you're just going to dollar cost average in when that time comes and go long. Then I think it's fine to buy now. Otherwise, if you're going to buy now and think of it more as a short-term trade and say, hey, I can get in at 100, 100, 104, who knows, maybe we'll have another correction. You can get back in at 95, and I'm going to exit at 150 and then see what happens. There's obviously more risk in, that trade approach, but not an unreasonable theory given history and the valuation of Bitcoin through previous bears and bulls. So I think overall it's fine. I think if you're a first-time investor, you really should be thinking long, so maybe it's some of your retirement funds, frankly. We used to operate on a theory, 2-3 years ago that you probably shouldn't have more than 10% of your assets in crypto, and Bitcoin was a more volatile asset of the crypto class back then. I think it's less volatile. What that percentage should be, I don't know, but I guess for me, if I were to go all Bitcoin, get out of altcoins during this bull, and then go all Bitcoin, maybe I'd be going 20% of my retirement funds in Bitcoin. I'm starting to feel comfortable about that because of the mass adoption, because of the fact that companies are using Bitcoin on their balance sheet as a longer-term store of value, because larger institutions and pension funds and things like that are talking about maybe having 2 or 3% of their holdings in Bitcoin as a hedge against, just worldly activity. All those things, point to Bitcoin being a safer store of value, but with tremendous upside still. I mean, gold is still a great store of value, but the upside on gold is definitely far more limited than the potential upside on Bitcoin. Of course, where there's reward, there's risk, and we're all balancing that question mark all the time. But those are my general thoughts. I hope that's helpful. Probably isn't, because it would be great for someone to just say, do this. I think that would be great too, even for me. I want someone to go, do this, and then have it work out perfectly every time. But unfortunately, in all my years of investing, I have not had that come to pass. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.